that one happens, then you will see what they will do. When the state is unable to respond in time, you will see what they will do. Just pray that we don't go into a failed state situation here. When I'm still alive, I shall also resist it. When I'm dead, continue resisting it. I know how dangerous it is. It can divide the country, societies, dangerously. These are part of the revivalist movements. These are not very old groups, revivalist movements. The global planners, the political planners, wanted to reshape religious establishments. The Catholic, who were one piece globally, the Protestants were not necessarily one piece, but were significant pieces also. Also keeping order and control. But in the fall of the 19th century, that's the 18th, the 19th century, Britain became a world power. It even made all the frontiers we have in Africa. Yeah? Me, Uganda, I stop here. Kenya starts from here, and we never agreed here. It is Britain who that came and said this area, this gap up to here, you call it Uganda, and we are guarding them religiously. We are guarding the British lines religiously. You see, Britain is obeyed more than we obey God. We shall even fight with our neighbors, because why are you transgressing the line where Britain stopped me? Oh, stopped you. Britain even divided between two families. Modi of one family. Modi became vice president of Kenya, and his younger brother was a presidential candidate here. Yes, and a minister. Two family, that's in Britain. Not only that, it went and touched religions. They introduced new sects. Sects like the Hadians in Indian subcontinent. They tried also to introduce among the Shiites these in Kenya, the temple in Kenya, the Baha'is. The Shiites rejected them and threw them away. Now they have their, world headquarters in Israel, Jaffa. They introduced in Mecca. The British introduced Salaf, and they called them Wahhabis, because their agent who established Salafism is called Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab. So Britain calls them Wahhabis. The Wahhabis, when you hear Wahhabis, that's what Britain calls them. The initiator of Salafism, or Tabligh here. Now, these revivalist movements, they are nuanced, are used to weaken the traditional global centers of these traditional religions. And you're having America that succeeded Britain as a world power. America is doing the same to Christianity. It also sponsors the evangelicals. America is sponsoring the evangelicals to weaken the traditional Protestant big groups like the Anglican, like now America is sponsoring younger men, not even in Europe, in religious robes. Somebody in this church is a pastor, and he's a pope, he's a full pope in his own church. One church, he's the pope there. I'm telling you facts. He doesn't subscribe to any authority. It starts with him, ends with him. No, you don't report him anywhere when he embezzles a kumi. He collects it and distributes it. He reports nowhere. This is what America is, encouraging, sponsoring, so that the big Anglican watch awakened. These are the revivalist movements. Yeah, maybe those you have in America and so on are not violent. Until now, they are not violent. Until now. I don't know what will happen in the future. The other ones started by Britain, these Salafs, later Boko Harams and so on, are violent. They are violent. And they call their fellow Muslims Kafirs. When you go to the internet, you enter in Google, Takfirism, Takfiri groups. Who is a Takfiri? Is the one who calls a fellow Muslim Kafir. It's there in Google. Takfiri groups, they call their fellow Muslims a Kafir. It's a Kafir. One who goes to the mosque, this one is a Kafir. It's Takfirism. Like a broker will say, on Catholic, and you Kafir, things like that. These are the revivalist movements. Revivalists coming to destroy their own roots. What's being done today, whether locally or even internationally, those who created them have come back, trying to limit them globally. And they are even calling, Britain and America are calling back Turkey. Before these frontiers came in, it was the Ottoman Empire, these Turks. They were controlling the Muslim world. And Muslims were moderate. By then, before Britain destroyed the Ottoman Empire that controlled the Muslim countries, before the frontiers came, they are calling Turkey to come back. You come back with your moderate version of Islam. So that this Salafist new thing, which rose after the collapse of Turkey, is limited or even uprooted. But this one will be a gradual process because social change takes long. Social change takes long to happen. It will be done administratively, but then new imams are going to be trained. New imams. There's not a program of new imams. You will hear new imams fighting with the old tablighs, but originating from the same country, Saudi Arabia, that taught these extremists. Now the syllabus is going to change, and the new ones also from Saudi Arabia will fight the old ones. You will live to see that one. Thank you.
Something small. I agree with Professor with many of those things. Except that in Uganda, our constitution, except for page 9, sorry, freedom of worship is guaranteed. Whether you're Muslim, whether you're Sunni, whether you're Shia, whether you are Ahmadiyya, whether you're Christian, a Catholic, a Protestant, nationalist, whether you are traditionalist, whether you are mixing all of them